Welcome back to the Dry Fire Journal. This is day 50. Right here we have a target that we use in a lot of our classes. It's got a 4-inch blue center and red everywhere else. And for the sake of today, we're just going to be at like 15 yards. And today we're going to talk about the difference between dry fire environment and live fire environment. So often, it is tempting for us to get in a mental mode of I am dry firing, so I'm using my dry fire targets and I get good at that. Then I get out into a live fire range, and does it translate? I've heard back from many of you saying, man, I'm a real champion in dry fire. It goes away in live fire. So we have to test both. And one way to help us think this through is to do both at the same time. So the idea I want to get across today, the biggest takeaway from this is when you are at a live fire range, I recommend spending a good chunk of your time running it dry. So my 365 XL is clear, and I'm simply going to put my front sight on the blue center plate and press my trigger and try not to have any movement. I can do this for 30 minutes. I can do this for an hour. It's not about speed. It's about what I can see and what my support hand is allowing me to continue to see as I press the trigger. Now, with just 6 rounds, going hot, with just 6 rounds, I can confirm, is my dry fire translating into live fire? Not on that one, or that one. Clear firearm again. My first shot, I did everything I wanted to do. My next shots, I started to think I'm in live fire. And suddenly I started doing things differently. So I've got kind of a hit here. I've got a hit here. I've got a hit here. I've got a hit here. And then look at these two. So what does this show me? I didn't bring you out here to my range to impress you with my shooting, because I never do that in classes anyway. I don't impress anybody with my shooting. It's not my job. My job is to help you think about what you're doing as a shooter. And so my point, let me put this up here. My point in doing all of this with you today was to ask you a simple question. Do you think differently when you shoot live? Obviously, there's safety considerations, all that stuff. I'm talking about when you are doing your work in live fire, do you think about yourself and your shooting differently than you do in dry fire? Give this some thought. I'd love this to be a conversation, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.